What's up, everybody? I'm Caleb Ochoa, also known as NFL Caleb 22. This has been the NFL. We are in the conference championship round of the playoffs. And like always, we will recap what happened in the divisional round. I will be giving you my picks on the two games coming up this weekend. And so yeah, we making you a lot of money as we did last week because we had a fantastic picks week. We went perfect 4-0 on our bets in the divisional round. I think it's the first time we've gone perfect this season. We're 8-1 in the playoffs, and both the if you combine both the wild card weekend and the divisional round, we only had taken one loss. So if you're tuning in right now, you are the lucky one because you are making a lot of money if you took my picks. But we'll get into it. We'll recap what happened in that divisional round, and I usually do best pick, worst pick, but since I went perfect, there is no worst pick. So I'm gonna give you two of my best picks. And we'll start with the 49ers at the Seahawks. The Seahawks were minus 7.5, and I did lay the points with the Seahawks. I thought this was the easiest one. This was such an easy money. What's going on, Jay? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Picking the Seahawks, easiest money you could win. It was a blowout in Seattle. They won it 41-6. The reason why it was such easy money because it was first of all, it wasn't a double digit spread. The Niners had just way too much to overcome to even think that they would cover any type of spread. Was just nonsense to me. Um, Too many injuries on defense, and then with the cherry on top of losing George Kittle, they had no chance in this one. So if you ever, it was bad enough to think that they were going to cover, but if you took them out right, you're a damn idiot. The Seahawks, looked like the best team all season. Um, with the great defense, was way too much for the Niners to handle. They overwhelmed them. It's a banged up 49ers team. So yeah, didn't have much chance in that one. Easy money, spot on with that bet. The next one, this one, Rams at Bears. Bears were getting 3.5. I took the points in this one, and I was exactly right. I predict this one to the T. Bears do lost to 20-17, but I said last week only take the Bears if you get the hook. The hook was the most important part of this bet. I said it was going to be a field goal game, and it was. That's exactly what happened. The Bears lose by just a field goal, but they cover the spread with that hook. Um, and also said Caleb Williams would have his magical fourth quarter, like he did. He had the great play, the great throw on fourth down to take it into overtime. But like I said, it was gonna be enough to cover, but it was not going to be enough to win the game. It's exactly what happened. Um, so yeah, I predicted that one just perfectly. I really did. So very proud about that pick. Like I said, other games picked them right as well. So if you went with my bets, you went 4-0. You made a whole ton of money. Whether you parlayed it, whether you did individual bets, it doesn't matter. You won money, and we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep on our hot streak in the playoffs into this championship round, and we're gonna make some money here. Before we do that, if you guys can go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you really want to help us out, you can join our Patreon. The link is in the description down below. So go ahead and do that. We very much appreciate it. And I appreciate you just for tuning in. All right, let's get in. First game up. Patriots at the Broncos. Patriots are 5.5-point favorites in this one. And I'm going to lay the points, with Bo Nix injured and Jarrett Stidham starting for the first time in 2 years. How can I not? How can I not take the Patriots laying the points? Patriots defense has been looking good so far. They forced 4 interceptions, 3 sacks on CJ Stroud last week. I think it's going to look pretty similar this week against the backup in Jarrett Stidham. That means they will have to rely on the run game. Um, which only and their run game only averaged 3.2 yards per carry against the Bills, who don't really have a great run defense. And the Pats only allowed 48 yards rushing against the Texans. The Patriots secondary, which is definitely going to help out their secondary with this backup quarterback. They can take some risk, trying to pick off Stidham. Especially with the weakened receiving core. Troy Franklin goes down with a hamstring injury. That's going to weaken it a bit. So they really just got Sutton, Mims, and Humphrey. And I don't think that's really going to give the Patriots secondary too many problems. I understand Broncos great defense, but and May hasn't even been looking so hot in these playoffs. But he has made some spectacular plays that have gotten the Patriots the wins. Um, and we can't forget that he's had a great regular season, an MVP candidate. So I really do believe the Patriots can lean on the run, which should help May, especially on the road. And the Patriots on the road are 8-0. They're perfect. May's been great on the road. So I don't think that's going to be a problem for them. They are 7-1 against the spread on the road. And they were 14-5 against the spread all season. So great covering team. Broncos, on the other hand, have been a bad covering team, even with Bo Nix. They are just 8-10 on the season against the spread. And I just overall a week is not long enough to get this guy Stidham prepared for this moment. And unless the Patriots just outright completely fall apart in this one, I think it's going to be difficult to pull off the win here and even to cover the spread. So I got the Patriots laying them 5.5. So go put your money on them. And finally, we got the NFC championship game. And then obviously it's the Rams at the Seahawks. Rams are getting 2.5. And this was the more difficult game to bet. I went back and forth. I really thought about picking both. I mean, I could see both teams winning. They're very evenly matched teams who've beaten each other once in the regular season already. So it was really hard. It was really hard to bet this one, but ultimately, I had to go with the points. I had to go with the 2.5 with the Rams, even though I've liked the Seahawks all season, like what Donald's done. I think they've been looking like the best overall team. But the thing, but they haven't looked like the best overall team when they played the Rams. Especially Sam Darnold has not look good at all. That's the thing that I could not shake off. In the first game, he was just outright terrible. Threw like 4 picks in that game, and then the second game, for most of the game, he was terrible until he turned it on late in the fourth quarter. So if you just take all the quarters all together, even going in overtime, the second one, he hasn't looked good. He hasn't looked good against the Rams defense, and I don't see why that would change here in the playoffs. And that's what makes me lean towards the Rams side in this one. Um, 5 different players on the Rams defense have had an interception in the last game. And against Darnold, and intercepted Caleb Williams 3 times last week. So turnovers will come. The turnovers will come for the Rams, and that it will be the key for the Rams going on the road. Seahawks have tough defense, obviously, but Stafford had 457 on them last game. Jay says Rams have been getting lucky. They have, But I don't see them stopping here, and I don't think they'll need luck because I think they, like I said, they've been playing well against this Seahawks team in the last few matchups. So I don't think they're going to need luck. Um, and they got McVay, Stafford. I think they're going to prove to be the deciding factor in this game. Obviously, they got the experience. They've won the Super Bowl before, and I think that's going to be the deciding factor in this one. Seahawks have been better on the road than at home. They're 8-1, got spread out on the road, but just 5-4 at home against the spread. The Rams 13-7 in the last 20 games against the spread. They are 9-2 against the spread against Seattle. 12-6 straight up in the last 18 games against Seattle. In the worst trend of all, the Seahawks are 0-6 against the spread in the last 6 games playing at home versus the Rams. So they are not good when they play the Rams at home. They do not cover the spread, and I think that's going to continue. So I like the Rams plus 2.5. Go and bet that. Put your money on that. Those are my bets for the week, and that'll be our show. We got one more show to go, and that will be in 2 weeks, the week of the Super Bowl. I'll be making my best bets for the Super Bowl. Tune in for that. One more show to go, and we'll see. We'll see you then. And Jay has one more thing. If Bryce, T Mac, and Coker can put 31 on the Rams, I expect Seahawks to put up 50. Yeah, they've both been going back and forth in those 2 games. But I think Stafford's a better quarterback. He's he's the MVP candidate. So overall, I just got to go with him. I just got to go with him and think that he's going to pull it out for them, whether they go back and forth. Seahawks have good defense. Rams put points on them as well. So ultimately, I just got to go with them. And I like the Seahawks. Like I said, I've been rolling with the Seahawks a lot during the season. But I gotta go. I gotta go with the Rams. But that'll be our show. Thanks for tuning in. You can find me at NFL Caleb 22 on Instagram and Twitter. Follow me there. If you want to ask me any questions about betting or any bets I may have. But like I always say, let's get ready to make that money.